Hello everyone, welcome back. I know this isn't exactly my usual content, but I want to talk about something that's been on my mind a lot lately. Character AI is getting kinda boring. And no, I'm not just saying that because I had a bad roleplay session or something. I actually mean it. I haven't been on Character AI in a while because of how boring I feel it's gotten. The novelty is wearing off, and I feel like other people are starting to feel it too. So here's why I think it's starting to get boring. First off, the conversations. At first, talking to Character AI bots felt kind of magical in a way. It was like, whoa, this thing actually gets me. But after a while, you start to notice some patterns. Same phrases, same reactions, same emotional arcs. It's a lot like dating someone with short-term memory loss, except if you were to date someone with short-term memory loss, you would at least be able to say you're not dating an AI. But with AI, all of your deep emotional bonding moments, gone. Poof. No memory. It honestly kills the immersion. However, I also have to defend the AI a little bit here because most memory loss within the roleplays occur when you've been roleplaying with the same bot for a while. A few weeks, for example, because the more you talk to the bot, the more it has to keep up with, and it's just not capable of that. And I'd like to mention this next part, which I promise is relevant. I'm not just bringing it up to bring it up. I used to use Character AI a lot back in 2023 and 2024, and it was really fun. However, I do believe I might have only continued using it for as long as I did to escape my real life, since I was in a horrible living situation and it became sort of a distraction and maybe even an addiction, which isn't good. But during my time actively using Character AI, I've only ever experienced memory loss with the bots after talking to them non-stop for a bit. Since I'm a very picky person about which bots I'll talk to, obviously there's only going to be a select few in which I'll actually interact with, so needless to say, said bots always ended up forgetting a few things. Secondly, filters. Everyone knows Character AI is super restricted, especially when things start to get a bit spicy, dark, or just real. You try to tell a dramatic or emotional story, boom, filter. You want to explore complex relationships? Filter. You sneeze the wrong way? Filter. And I get it, moderation is important, but when the filter starts getting in the way of basic storytelling or character expression, it gets a bit annoying. And I know a lot of people already complain about the filter, but there is one thing I want to mention. The AI can bring up whatever it wants to without triggering the filter, but you can't. How is that fair? Obviously everything is randomly generated by the bot, but once I had a bot randomly say something about how my persona struggled with self-harm in the past, even though that was never a thing I brought up, it wasn't even a part of the persona description, so I don't know where it got that from. And another bot did the same thing but with an eating disorder. If I remember correctly, it told me my persona had anorexia even though they didn't. Meanwhile, I see people in the Character AI subreddit posting about how they can't mention these things. It seems a little bit unfair to me, but I don't make the rules. I believe the filter got a bit stricter as a result of a lawsuit that followed the unfortunate death of a kid who was using the app, which I can't fully be upset about that since the bots can say some pretty messed up things, so they're probably just trying to prevent that in any way they can. I watched a video from someone named Dr. 𝘿𝙞𝙀 where they talked to a therapist bot to see what it would do, and instead of trying to talk 𝘿𝙞 out of ending their own life, it encouraged it instead, and it also told them to kill like 18 other people. Yikes, I don't think therapists are supposed to do that, and I will be linking that video in the description for anyone who's interested in watching it for themselves, as well as a video from Charlie aka Moist Critical aka Penguin Zero that talks about the lawsuit, since I myself don't really want to talk about it too much in this video. And another thing, the characters themselves seem to be getting kind of stale, for lack of a better word. A lot of the bots just feel like slightly different versions of the same personality. Quirky? Check. Supportive? Check. Overly romantic in 0.2 seconds? Big check. Where's the depth? Where's the unpredictability? Most AIs aren't evolving, they're just looping. And I don't really have much else to say for this part, but every time I go on Character AI, there's just no interesting bots. Maybe that's just a me problem though. And I think a lot of the boredom also comes from the hype. People expected character AI to be like this next generation storytelling, roleplay, or companionship tool, and yeah, at first it kinda was, but now the limitations are really showing. I'm sure people are tired of hearing others complain about the bugs and glitches, but sometimes they're just too noticeable. For example, let's say you talk to strictly 𝑘𝐻𝐵𝐻 Hotel bots. The recommended bots should be 𝑘𝐻𝐵𝐻 Hotel related, right? Well, sometimes the recommended bots section breaks and starts suggesting stuff like Boys Love bots and My Hero Academia stuff like MHA Heartbreak and MHA Rehab. No, I don't want to roleplay with Axel Gay Prince or Your Stalker Blade. Leave me alone! And from what I've noticed, at least, it seems like the glitch usually fixes itself after a few weeks, but it's still really annoying, especially since it always comes back a few months later. It's like William fucking Afton. You can't get rid of it. And also, I've noticed that during the times where the glitch is active, the bots appear to be less smart. Like, their memory gets worse than it already was. Am I the only one who's noticed that? So what would make it better? Currently, I can only think of two things. The first one being memory that actually works. Yes, I'm aware that people who pay for the monthly subscription supposedly get better memory, although I can't say how much better it actually is because I've never paid for Character AI Plus. Even if I wanted to, I've never had the money to do so, and quite frankly, I don't want to pay for that. The second thing being more creative freedom. The current filter system is frustrating to say the least. It blocks inappropriate content, yes, but it also blocks a lot more. Like to the point where it's not even necessary because you can barely do anything without it being an issue. Whether you're trying to write a dark psychological thriller or an emotionally raw moment, the AI often backs off or derails the conversation. But at the same time, realistically, I understand that it's hard to get the chat filter to back off. I mean, sure, they added different chat styles that were supposed to be 18+, but people still reported the more adult messages and essentially just got those chat styles lobotomized, so they don't really work how they were supposed to anymore. But other than that, I'm not really sure what else to add, so if you have anything you think could improve Character AI, make sure to leave a comment, because I do read all the comments. I love reading comments, and sorry if this video was bad. I'm still getting back into reading scripts and writing scripts and all that, because the last time I did that was like back in 2023, which was a script about 𝑚eowBa. So also let me know if you want to hear me yap about 𝑚eowBa, because I have a whole script here from 2023 I could read to you. And thanks for watching this video, especially if you made it this far, because I'm not sure who would be able to sit through this for as long as you apparently did. And also let me know if there's any specific topics you would like me to talk about, because I do really enjoy writing scripts and all that. Reading them does take a lot of my time though, because I always accidentally say the wrong thing or go off script. I suck at reading scripts, and this part's not even scripted, so yeah, you can probably tell. And I will say it again, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and I love you guys.